starting foundation. The quick step, the adjustment, a ball coming at you. Without that strong foundation, Michael Jordan couldn't get free when 3 people are guarding him. Another person couldn't get through to hit that impossible forehand. It all comes from the originating position of the strong foundation.
If I've heard Nick say strong foundation once, I've heard him say it 1,000,000 times. To Nick, a strong foundation all starts with the ready position to allow you to be strong through all your movements and all your strokes. This prototype training device allows you to develop all the qualities needed, like a good, strong posture and back position. Hips drop down to a low center of gravity and a wide base to allow you to reflex and move to various positions on the court to hit the killer forehand.
Like a downhill skier, lowering your hip position or center of gravity will improve your quickness, power, and stability. The athletic movement trainer regulates the height of your center of gravity as you practice, building into habit the correct body position and footwork. Adjusted specifically for your height, the bungee cord will resist and remind you when you are using incorrect technique. In match play, you should play every point as if you were wearing an athletic movement trainer.
The problem I've been having with Elena is that when she goes to make contact with the ball, being a big girl especially, she lifts up. And when she lifts up, she can't get underneath the ball at all. It's impossible. Now what this helping device is doing for me is making her keep the lower part of the body down and utilize her legs. And that's what I need. I need lower body use in the ground stroke. And this is going to remind me to do that, okay? Let's try it. Stay down. That's perfect. Stay down. Strengthen the body. Stay down. I've really been very hesitant in using any devices in teaching the game of tennis. But the use of the legs and staying down with your lower body is extremely important. And this training belt is the answer. It's fantastic. We've worked and worked to get that strong lower foundation. Why? Strong down below, strong up above. And that's the key, to have perfect foundation for the lower and upper part of the body. With that in mind, the techniques will stay constant. Apply it to your game.
The next test we're going to do is about controlled momentum. In tennis, that means when the lower body stops, the upper body stops with it. We call it the waiter test. Thank you. Good stuff.
In the left picture, trace the yellow line of X's athletic position. Notice his strong back posture with his weight forward on the balls of his feet. The picture on the right used to look at your athletic height. Your ideal athletic height will be approximately 1 foot lower than your standing height. That means if your normal standing height is 6 feet, your ideal athletic height will be around 5 feet.
To the killer forehand, the shoulders are nice and level. The upper body is very still. That's important. The whole foundation is built on a solid piece of rock.
Today in the lab, we're working on the first step reaction footwork, trying to find the proper technique to go from at rest into motion, to turn your big forehand into a killer forehand.
For extreme court coverage, you need an explosive reaction. The drop, step, and drive footwork proves quickest on all types of surfaces for getting to difficult balls. By shifting your weight off the outside foot and tucking the driving foot under your torso, your body weight provides traction, much like a front-wheel drive car in the snow, using the weight of the engine to give the tires traction. In one quick move, the drop step establishes upper body momentum in the direction you need to move. When the ball's only 3 or 4 steps away from you, you won't need such an explosive reaction. The weight shift and drive footwork is effective for less challenging balls. With footage of yourself in a good reaction position, your feet 1.5 to 2 shoulder widths apart, mark the positions of your feet. Draw an X in between the marks as shown and check for an explosive first step reaction. Your weight shifting off the outside foot, driving hard off the center X.
We've talked about the killer forehand. First of all, you've got to make up your mind you're going to hit that ball. But there are lots of parts to developing the killer forehand, and an important part is timing. As soon as the ball leaves the opponent's racket, that's when the preparation starts. And remember, you can't prepare too soon.
Hit. Ball. Hit. To improve your reaction time, try this drill at home. You got a partner on the other side. When they make contact with the ball, say the word ball. When it's your turn to hit it, say the word hit. Not only will this put you in better position to allow you to be able to hit more killer forehands, but it's also going to improve your reaction time and anticipation skills.
You got to spring on that like a tiger. Good. That's excellent, and you didn't have to make that shot any bigger than what you just did. And that's the point I also want to bring out, David. You don't have to hit those approach defensive shots for outright winners, okay? You don't have to hit those approach shots for winners. In interviews, the same question. Nick, what do you look for when you're looking for a possible professional player? I'll tell you what I'm looking for. In order to have a killer forehand, you better have quick feet.
Like riding first gear in a bicycle, your first 2 to 5 steps have to be quick and on the ground and maximum acceleration. That'll help you run down difficult balls like the wide angle shot. For a test of it, let's go to the track and a race with Kenny.
In this race, we've got the little guy on the left who will be racing in first gear versus the big man. He'll be starting off in 10th gear. The gears of a bicycle are a good comparison to footwork strides in running. When you run, first gear footwork consists of short, powerful strides, the feet pumping quickly. 10th gear footwork are long, big, reaching strides, good for maintaining speed but not quick on acceleration. For maximum acceleration getting to difficult balls, use first gear footwork. From this angle, notice that first gear sprint footwork is always on the balls of the feet. If your heels are touching the ground in the first 2 to 5 steps, you're in 10th gear.
You're going to come up and catch the ball a little sooner. The more consistent you get, the more confident you get, the more challenging your mind becomes. I can do more. I can do more.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's event, featuring a match between test subject X and test subject Y. Let's get it on.
One of the trademarks of a great athlete is their ability to move with footwork as graceful and smooth as a dance. Several footwork patterns are commonly used and can be considered the dance steps of tennis, allowing great players to appear as if they are floating or gliding around the court. A strong foundation is a big part of creating this illusion. The crossover step allows for fluid side-to-side movement, quickly moving to and from the ball. The cross-behind step works well for moving to the side and back as well as in recovery. The shuffle step covers short distance as well. The adjustment steps are vital to fine-tuning your balance and positioning in your hitting stance.